No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the number one wrestling podcast on Pornhub, the Smackin It Raw Podcast. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden, Matt Ritter, and I am here with my co-hosts this evening. Of course, she is host of the She Leads Showcase Inside the Mind of In the Crowd and Storytime with Ms. Katie Kinzy, baby.
Hola.
And seeing as he won't call himself the king, because if you're the king, you don't need to say you're the king, I'll say it for him. Purveyor of Rivet City Radio, host of Botch Spots and Chair Shots, and the lesser half of the boss bitch herself over there on Botch Spots and Chair Shots. It's a shelf by trade and a mark by choice, the Will Gray.
Hola, Mateo. ¿Cómo estás?
What's going on? It's not like you got enough of me this week. You just can't get enough of me. I got you again on Tuesdays.
Tuesdays. That's Will and Matt Day. That's
Will
just
and
what
Matt
they
Day.
are moving
It's
forward.
DP Boys Day.
It's DP Day.
Stupid.
It's DP Day.
DP
I
Boys.
hate you both. I hate you both so much.
We may or may not have another guest. I was supposed to. We will see if she comes through. If not, it's going to be the three of us, but we're still going to have a good time.
Yes, sir.
How you guys been?
Good. It's been a good, steady week.
I had a great day.
I like a good, steady week. Speaking of a good, steady week, you know what I've been up to? Really?
Diablo 4?
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh.
Why is it not showing?
What is happening?
Really?
It's like an infinite portal.
You see it now?
No,
No,
sir.
we see a white screen.
Nothing. You
What
don't
do
see
you
that at
Nothing.
all.
notice? No.
No.
What the fuck?
Heard Tuesday and Wednesday.
Why won't it show that?
What are you trying to show us?
Hold on. Yeah, see, it won't show up in slideshow. I opened it up in the fucking images. Well, I have another way of doing this, so fuck them.
Fuck you.
God damn.
I'm invested now. I'm really excited. And Katie, you're on Monday.
Thanks, Travis.
We're getting our schedules live on air.
Well, I mean, I'm only available one day a week, so
All right, photos.
and it happens to be that day.
It's Monday.
I told him I was like, it's usually Mondays.
Let's do that. And then we'll try this again.
Will it work?
That's what I did.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
That's what I did, ladies and gentlemen. On Friday, my tattoo artist, if you're in the Chicagoland area, over at Space Cat Tattoos, is Javi. Go hit him up and check him out. He was awesome. He tweeted went live on TikTok while tattooing my leg, so you got to watch it live if you tuned in. And I got my Bray Wyatt tattoo right there on my calf, which again, Sammy has a calf fetish, so I was like, oh hey, two birds, one stone. And she's not here yet. So
just out of curiosity, okay?
yes.
I have a number of tattoos in a number of places, and I've long stood with the stance that my calves were the most painful tattoos I have. Did yours hurt?
Not there were points because like he asked me when he was doing it, and I'm like, right now it's a 2. When he got up near the knee, there were some spots that hurt, and then at the very end when he was going in and he's like, let me double check and make sure I didn't miss anything, there were some spots that were really tender at that point that he'd already, but as he was doing it, no, the tattoos that hurt the worst which my dumbass picked the two most detailed tattoos I've ever done to do them in these spots, was Pinhead on the inside of my arm because it's all soft tissue, and Freddy on the inside of my arm with all that black just getting beat in for the fucking hat and all the little detail in his face. Those two. Matt's threshold of pain is different though. So.
I have a bunch of blackout work done on my left arm, and it comes up into my armpit, like up on this side and on the back.
Yeah.
It hurt like 8 bitches on a bitch boat. My feet also hurt real bad. I've got both the tops of my feet done.
I've heard that too. But yeah, no, I've decided to plan my tattoos out a little better on my legs than I did my arms. I just kind of started going with shit and putting shit places and fuck you, Travis. My legs, I'm going to plan out a little better. I've got them spaced out. I kind of know what I want to do and where I want to put it. So I've got Undertaker on my right calf, Dead Man Inc., the demon face, and then the symbol, the cross behind it. And then I've got Bray Wyatt, and I'm going to go back eventually, and I'm going to have Let Me In around it. So nice. Let on one side of the moth, me on the other side, and then in at the bottom. And that'll just be that side of that leg. And then got some ideas for Stone Cold and some other shit. So Stone Cold.
Back of the neck also really hurts. By the way.
I have a taco dinosaur because I'm really passionate about food and paleontology.
Yeah. Will and I had a whole conversation about tattoos.
I do have a Chicago-based tattoo.
Which one?
I have a Morton Salt Girl on the back of my right calf.
Oh, look at you.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. You would have sent me a picture of that one after we did your interview.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm proud of you, Will. Let's get into some news and rumors. Katie's little segment here. Katie, what you got for me?
Not a whole hell of a lot, to be honest. Because I don't do stuff that like happens during the week, like on
because that's
show.
Our spits and swallows, yeah.
Exactly. So, excluding that stuff, Piper Niven may or may not be actually injured and or sick. To be determined. They're not really saying what's going on, but the fucking tag titles are fucking cursed. They saged the shit out of them. They were using witch hazel. They were doing all the things, and still Piper Niven got sick. Don't know to what extent what's going on, but they even said it on Monday that she wasn't medically cleared.
Yeah. Well, what they need to do, and I said this already, as I've dubbed them, Fire and Desire with Wise, Alba Fire, and the one and only Isla Dawn, because apparently recently I've just had a crush on redheads. Put the tag titles on witches, because if anyone can break a curse, it's fucking witches. So,
and then I propose that they're the ones who put the curses on the titles in the first place.
It was not, though, because it was we know where that happened, and that was after Trinity.
They're not going to talk about
left.
It in WWE land.
Oh, you're saying kayfabe?
Yes.
Kayfabe. Okay.
Yes.
Because I was to say, I will spit in your mouth while your grandmother is in the room, finger banging yourself, you dirty whore. Thank you, Taekwon. I'm assuming Willage, you got any living grandmas?
Yeah, my granny is still alive. She's trucking around. I honestly, I would love. My grandmother was born in the Ozark Mountains in 1943. I would love for her and Taekwon to have a conversation.
Because both mine are dead, so he's got to be talking about yours. I'm not implying that. I am straight up saying they left and said, fuck this place and fuck these titles and curse them, and everyone that's held them after has not had a good time. That's not an implication. That's a fact. And I don't blame them. I would have too. Fuck that company for what they did. What were you going to say, Will?
The women's tag titles at this point in WWE are like a urban myth. People talk about them existing, and we have footage that they're around, but we've never actually seen them do anything.
So Bigfoot.
Yeah, so the women's tag titles in WWE are cryptids. It's like, you know what I mean? Like we have footage that they're there, but we've never actually seen them live.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Exactly.
Hey, I just found my new favorite cryptid today.
What's that?
The Giant of Kandahar.
The Giant of Kandahar.
I think I've heard of it.
So I found this as I was scrolling through, I think Twitter, where there was like a picture of this 15-foot giant that was apparently taken in like 1932, and then like the rumor is back in 2002, Army battalion went missing, and they sent in like special forces to go retrieve them, and they came across this 15-foot giant in the mountains who like speared a dude, and then they shot him and killed him and brought him back and all of this shit. And yeah, no, I looked at that and I was like, that's dope as fuck. And even though it's probably not real, I want like real life giants to be real, like 15-foot people just hiding in the mountains to be a real thing.
That's
Nephilim.
definitely real.
Yeah.
There's a tinfoil hat for what? Nephilim. Look it up. It's a real life thing.
Oh, well, don't worry. You and I are going to have a whole conversation about conspiracy theories in a few months. Don't worry.
I can't wait for that.
Surprise.
The women's tag titles is like the Tasmanian tiger.
See? Taekwon gets it. Ty gets it big time. He understands.
Oh, my God.
They float on their testicles. Shout out to
Miyazaki.
All right, Katie, what else you got for news and rumors?
So obviously, we talked about last week, Punk is gone. And who was Punk's right-hand man? The cannibal rabies man himself, Ace Steel. The only reason Ace Steel was even brought back was because of Punk. And now Ace Steel has officially been released from AEW. I just thought that was funny because I thought he was gone the entire time.
All right, so there's a lot of stuff with that. Like he's gone. I'm not talking about him specifically. With rumors and bullshit about 6-month periods, and we're not getting into that. We're done.
I wasn't getting into any of that at all.
I know. I'm just letting everyone know if that they're here to hear. We're not doing that no more. We're done with it. He got fired. He's gone. Ace is gone. I don't give a fuck who was being childish and who wasn't, and who thinks what's a business move and blah blah blah. Fuck all that shit. We're not talking about it. It's done. It's over with. There's nothing we can do. So
yeah,
I still also believe that the straight edge superstar CM Punk went into a straight edge fit of rage, flushed Tony's Coke, and that's why he got fired and felt like his life was threatened. But that's canon in my head.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, that's pretty much sums it up. There's nothing left to be said that hasn't already been said in all of this. It looked like the stream dropped for a second. That's why I hesitated.
Well, it just told me that we're having trouble streaming to Twitch. I got a notification.
Yeah, I got it too.
Yeah, it kicked me off of Twitch. Well, that's why I stopped and looked at my screen because we disappeared on that side. It went to the Creation Conversations logo, and I was like, that's not right. But everything Ace still has done, which is little to nothing, says to me that he wasn't a viable. Whoa. He's not a vital member of their team.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really thought he was been gone this entire time.
He's not doing anything to change the game for AEW. He's definitely not a needle mover. The term the kids like to say.
You're a little late, Vince. Sammy may or may not be making it. We will find out. Will was here regardless of Sammy, just because we love Will, and you're not here, so that's why.
Matt just doesn't like doing shows with just me anymore. He needs somebody else.
I was all like, we're not talking about CM Punk, which is like, fuck you. Shut down the stream.
Yeah, that's literally what happened.
Done.
He said, fuck this.
But what else we got, Katie?
Literally like the last thing that wasn't on a show or anything. The Endeavor deal is set to close on Tuesday. So what the outcome of that's going to be is going to be very interesting to watch. People are probably going to walk or get fired. I keep hearing things. Again, I don't trust anything until it actually happens. That a lot of people aren't happy about the deal. Not necessarily like the wrestlers themselves, but just like people who work in like the office.
Yeah, because when you combine companies like that, a lot of that office talent, their jobs kind of either go away or get consolidated, or you get people coming in and saying, "What do you do around here?" Oh, well, that doesn't sound important. Bye.
Yeah. So I guess these next few weeks are going to be interesting to see what happens.
It will be.
I reported in February when the merger started and the buyout happened. That part of the thing was the merger. UFC and WWE were going to be TKO Holdings. They announced that too, which was super cool. But the other one is the close to $50 million in budget cuts that Endeavor is expecting to happen. And you're going to have to take a lot more than the water coolers out of Titan Tower to cut $50 million on your budget.
Oh, yeah.
They had already spoken Forbes and like Business Journal and some of these other like high end business like publications, not wrestling dirt sheets, but like actual notable publications are saying things like wrestlers are negotiating 30 and 60 day like non-compete clauses as opposed to 90 days because they're already negotiating ways to get out of their contracts. Like this is stuff people are already openly talking about, like as far as the trading side of it. Because if you keep in mind, somebody's contract that's worth $2.5 million is more than a couple points in stock options.
Yeah.
So like when you start talking about contracts being dissolved and stuff, you start looking at it being public knowledge. So people are preparing for an exodus when this closes.
All right.
All hell about to break loose.
Faux show.
Well, it's gonna. I mean, listen, from COVID to now, it has been a very wild, interesting roller coaster ride. Thank you, Katie. With WWE and what the fuck is going on. Vince's indictments and stepping down, and then Stephanie leaving the company indefinitely, and Triple H getting his position, and Shawn Michaels running NXT, and Vince coming back, and then the sale to Endeavor, and everything that it has been a wild fucking ride, and that's all outside of what we've been watching on TV on a weekly basis. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone who's joining us live. I just want to let you know, if you are checking us out on twitch.tv/creation world, thank you. And should the Twitch stream decide to say fuck me again, you guys can check us out other places that I'll tell you about here in a second. But if you're over on Twitch and you have a Amazon Prime subscription, you can link your Prime Gaming to your Twitch account, and you get a free sub every month. And I'm not talking about the kind of subs that you normally see on Pornhub. I'm talking about a subscription. And with that free sub, you can support your favorite Twitch streamers. But if it's not me, it could be Rivet City Radio or any of your other favorite content creators who have gotten to the point on Twitch where they can receive subs. Katie will be there very soon. We're sure of it. And then you can sub to Katie. I know Katie's already got a lot of subs. Now they can be pay pigs.
Now.
I'm just trying to get you some pay pigs. It is what it is. So please go do that. Put money in our pocket instead of Elon's, or not Elon's. Jeff Bezos, yeah.
They're all
also, don't put money in Elon's pocket and pay for fucking a blue check mark on Twitter. Don't do that shit. You can also check us out over on YouTube. Like I said, if the stream dies, that is a great place to go check us out because it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Will, do your thing.
It boosts the algorithm and it helps find new listeners.
There's also a cool little thing up top. I like to say flick that bean, but it's a notification bell, and you can click that, and you can get notified every time we go live, whether it is here Saturday nights for Smackin' It Raw, tomorrow for Getting Off, as we talk about the Conjuring universe in honor of The Nun 2 dropping this weekend. We will not be reviewing The Nun 2 unless everyone that shows up on the show has already seen it, and then you might get a bonus, but for now, I think it's just me and Katie. And we will do that maybe in 2 weeks. So we'll let you know about that as well. Give everyone a chance to see it so we're not spoiling too much. Or Monday through Friday for the Creation Conversation, where if you tune in Monday, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, you get to see me and Katie talk all that nerdish. If you tune in Tuesday, you get Tuesdays with the DP boys, me and Will, doing the exact same thing. And then we also have Travis and Mara and all of our other fantastic co-hosts and guests talking about all of the latest news in movies, entertainment, video games, etc. So come check that out as well. Oh yeah, and there's a little place called Pornhub. We're there. We're the number one wrestling podcast on Pornhub, and horror podcast on Pornhub, and source for all that nerdish on Pornhub, and just podcasts in general on Pornhub. Number one, us. That's us. Go there. Pornhub.com/model/creation world. Check us out. We even have Pornhub exclusive watch-alongs featuring both of these beautiful people with me, who sit down with The Rack. And if you're not familiar with The Rack, you will get very familiar with The Rack if you go check those out. And Mystery Science Theater 3000, the shit out of some pornos and have a good time. So go check out Texas Dildo Masquerade, our most viewed video on Pornhub, or Evil Head. And let's bump that up to number 2 from number 4. Let's get those views up. Allison did a great job editing that. So
It's number 4.
It's number 4.
What the fuck?
It's right below Two Brides and a Gangbang.
I am also in that episode.
You are. So you're in 3 of the top 4 videos on Pornhub, Katie.
You're a living legend on the
And you're the
hub
only
now.
person that they've asked for more Pornhub content for in the comments.
Hey, now we don't gotta.
So we're just saying.
Legendary.
Last but not least, again, if you need somewhere to watch us, Facebook.com/Creation World. We are live there as well. Go check that out. Go let us know that you're there, and check us out if Facebook's your deal. You can watch us live there along with Twitch and YouTube, and we would appreciate it. But enough of plugging ourselves and plugging all of that shit. Let's get into what you guys are here for. Katie, spit or swallow?
Oh man, let's see. Where should I start here? I'm gonna swallow Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. 2 badass women, both realizing that they don't need the legends, Trisha's legend, quote unquote legend for Ronda. Don't need those legends anymore. They're their own people, and made a hell of a fight. Like Zoe really trying to fight out of the. Okay, wait. I never remember which one's Samoa and which one's Shayna's.
Shayna's is the Kira Fuda clutch.
I think so.
And Samoa Joe is the
Kokina.
Kohina, yes.
Kokina
Samoa Joe
clutch.
is the Kohina, yes.
I can never remember which one's which, but Zoe trying
And
to
Taz
fight
is the
out of
Taz
it.
mission, and they're all the same fucking move.
But it's fine. It's all the same. But Zoe trying to like fight out of that and like just showing a little bit of strength and then like getting brought down. It was so good. I loved the match, and I'm happy. It was weird because Reek and TC were just talking about like the lack of Shayna and stuff, which they're always listening to Young Kings. Like they're always tapped in. So we got to see Shayna and Zoe duke it out. So I'm always gonna swallow that.
I agree. The match was really fucking good. I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was a showcase for Shayna, and she got the win, but also made Zoe, you don't always have to win a match to get over. So it showed how tough Zoe was, and it was a good showcase for her as well, because you don't expect her to beat a former NXT Women's Champion in Shayna Baszler.
2 times.
If you know your wrestling history, a former Women's Tag Team Champion as well. But no, she's tough as shit. So.
Agreed. I had swallow Shayna and swallow Zoe even in the Nell. Matt's right. You don't have to go over to get over.
What up, Dylan? Thanks for stopping by. Also, Tim for swinging through. Thanks for saying all those nice things about my sexy tats, and the graphic tits and tats. I'm all about the tits and tats.
And graphics. All of those are great things.
Which is why, speaking of tits and tats, I am swallowing a bit of news that Katie didn't mention. September 20th, we are getting a WWE YouTube paranormal show starring Scarlett Bordeaux and Shotzi Blackheart. And I am so fucking stoked for that.
Listen, I saw it today, and then like I liked it and everything, but I completely forgot about it. I didn't write it down, that's why. But I'm very excited.
Did we lose the stream again?
It said was. I don't know. I think we're still good.
It's good on my end. I still see us.
Okay. Maybe he left and came back. That might be it.
Will let us know.
Yeah. Will, spit or swallow?
I'm going to stick with Raw. I'm going to swallow Senior Money in the Bank and that new briefcase. Here's what I find most interesting. And, all the fantasy booking and speculating people do on the internet, but one of my favorite theories so far is that Finn and JD switch the contracts out. So when he runs out to cash in, he's going to hand it to him and they're going to open the briefcase and it's not going to be the contract. And Finn and JD are going to have the actual Money in the Bank contract with them. And I think, like, great story. I love the idea of a twist, but not to mention the fact that the purple briefcase is awesome. So Damian Priest is cool. So I swallow Senor Money in the Bank and that new briefcase and all the shenanigans that could unfold with it.
Interesting, because we did see a WWE exclusive where Damian and Finn were sitting there and Damian opened the briefcase and pulled the contract out. Everyone's like, I think that's the first time. I'm pretty sure we've seen the contract before. I don't think that was the first time we've ever seen it. But
we've seen it a few times.
Yeah. And then put it out. I think we saw it with fucking Otis.
That was literally because I think Joey posed the question. That was my first thing. I was like, we saw it with the lunchbox.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll see where that goes. It'll be very interesting to see if Finn has the real contract and cashes in, or if Damian has it and who he finally decides to cash it in on. But I do agree. Very nice custom Money in the Bank. Love the customs. You know, custom belts. Speaking of custom belts.
Speaking of
custom belts.
That's cool.
Love the custom belts. Love custom Money in the Bank. So, yeah, I'm all for it.
Oh, yeah. I've been waiting for them to bring back, like, those types of customs. Like, yeah, Otis had the lunchbox and Brock's was a fucking boombox. But, like, I've been waiting for, like, these type of customs. Like, RVD type custom shit on this briefcase. All about it.
Katie, spit or swallow.
Oh, it's my turn again.
That's you, and then Will, and then me, and then...
Sometimes you switch it up.
You know what I should do? I should do like a spin the bottle thing, or like I should just get the names and I should write them down. I should have a little spinner. I should just spin it, and whoever it lands on, that's who gets to go.
That's genius.
Yeah.
You could make a wheel and you could just spin it like a screen share.
100%. I put that on my dick. And then I play the Fiend's music when I fuck my wife.
Let me in.
Yep.
So, anyways,
me gusta.
I am swallowing Chad Gable versus Gunther, which was the best match I watched all week, and the main event, rightfully so. And now Gunther is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. Fuck you, Honky Tonk Man.
Wow.
That's what he said. That's what he said, not me. That's what they said.
I was going to say, how are you going to disrespect a Memphis legend like that in front of a boy from Tennessee?
I'm waiting patiently for my turn to speak now.
Like, I really thought, like, I kept being like, what if they just did this silly little goofy thing and have Gable beat Gunther, like, right before he beats the record? Just a silly little thing. But I am still happy with the performance that they got. And apparently Jason Jordan produced it, which also just warms my heart. American Alpha for life. But just everything about the match was so good. Gable's definitely getting it at Fastlane if they have a match. Point blank period. Gunther has the record now. You can give Chad his fucking title. Please.
Go ahead, Will.
I pretty much agree with everything that you said. I will ask for a little bit of respect to be put on Honky Tonk Man's name.
I didn't say it. That's what they saying.
There's a lot of jokes going around. He may not be the most wholesome person outside of the ring. But he helped put some prestige on that title. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck the Honky Tonk Man.
I also have that on my list. Swallow Gunther defeats Gable. The only note I took was sleeper suplex into a powerbomb, into a lariat, all violent from Gunther to end that fucking match, and it was awesome.
Dumped Gable on his head. Shit was
that sleeper
crazy.
suplex was nasty. And then even after that, he's like, all right, now a powerbomb and now a lariat. Go the fuck to sleep, kid. I'm sick of your shit.
That was a fatality in Mortal Kombat.
It was.
100%.
Since we're on Raw, I might as well join you guys and just stick to Monday Night Raw. What do I got here? Oh, I'm swallowing. So Jay showed up on Raw after quitting WWE, came back, and he was on Raw, and Sammy came out, and they hugged it out. And I know it's going to be very, very well received by TC over at Young Kings Wrestling, if you can hear the sarcasm in my voice. Unfortunately, that was ruined by Drew and Riddle coming out, but they're also not as forgiving to Jay as Sammy was because, well, Riddle's a piece of shit.
Okay.
And we find out that SmackDown is getting a trade as compensation. I think me and everyone else believes that it's going to be Cody. Cody is supposed to be on Monday Night Raw. This may be his last appearance on Monday Night Raw as he announces that he's the one going to SmackDown. We will see. Anything else is unacceptable. Seriously, WWE, if you're tapped in, if you're listening, anything else but Cody going to SmackDown and building to that feud with Roman at WrestleMania 40, which is what everyone thinks is going to happen, where he gets that win that he was supposed to get at WrestleMania 39, is unfucking acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You send Raquel over there, I'm going to be pissed. Jey Uso for Raquel Rodriguez is not a fair trade.
Yeah, because Raquel sucks.
Give me Cody or give me nothing. And we already know the brand split's bullshit, so I don't know why you guys are fucking around anyway.
Honestly, like this
Just
is
like drafts.
Just like drafts and trades and everything they're doing.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to like live in wrestling as if I was a child again and not focus on the bullshit. Just trying
It's
to
still
enjoy
real
it.
to me, damn it.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Any thoughts on that before I go to Will and ask him if he's spitting or swallowing?
No, I mean, I definitely was. I kind of expected Sammy to be like the first one to come out when Jay showed up, and you know, the crowd always pops for a wrestling hug. Those are probably some of the biggest pops wrestling's fucking getting recently is just hugs from these people, which rightfully so. It means they're doing their job. It's good storytelling.
At what point during the show do you book the hug it out moment in the ring? Is that like your death match or your comedy match now in your wrestling card? Is you got to figure out when somebody's going to have to hug it out?
100%.
Yeah. Well, it's the only way you can do it. Like, the hugs are the biggest pops.
What up,
Hugs.
Devin? Thanks for swinging through. Will, spit or swallow?
Okay. We have to have this conversation, Matt. You and I do.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to gargle undecidedly The Miz versus John Cena. Okay. Part of me, 2023 is like chipped away at, the hard stone heart for pro wrestling that I had, because at the beginning of the year, me and you could have been on opposite ends of the spectrum as far as pro wrestling goes. And now, you know what? I watched that segment and I was like, that was funny. That was entertaining. The Miz sold a move, not selling it to anybody. This was the WWE doing that bullshit, the Invisible Man versus the Invisible Stan shit. This is WWE's version of that. This is fucking Ethan Page wrestling himself on green screen. This is all that same shit. But you know what? This was entertaining. The Miz cut a killer promo on himself. He let the crowd play the other part. He knew what he was doing. It was entertaining. So you know what? Fuck it. I don't gargle it. I swallow the Miz. I can't believe I just fucking said that. Wrestling is so weird.
I literally was just going to tell you, I don't care what you say about gargling undecidedly, Will. The way it sounds is you're swallowing it and you beat me to it. Yeah, 100%. The fact that the cameraman did the whole John Cena entrance, even though he wasn't there, and did the running and all that shit.
Yeah.
And again, if you didn't like this, you're an AEW fan, you didn't like this, but you thought that Kenny Omega wrestling a blow-up doll was fucking a masterpiece, that's your bias talking, all right? If Kenny Omega can wrestle a blow-up doll and be the greatest wrestler in the world, then The Miz coming out and wrestling You Can't See Me John Cena legit and dropping him with a skull-crushing finale and selling a move that, yeah, all of that. I was really like, I know it would be pretty much impossible, but I was hoping he would take an AA, like just get up and get an AA and then no sell it. It would have been fantastic. I loved it. It was great. Props to the Miz.
It was so funny. I mean, literally all the credit before Miz, like Stu, that cameraman, he has been filming John Cena for the majority of his career. Cena always gives him the shout out when he comes out. He knows the movements. He did it seamlessly. Everyone's just like, what the fuck is going on? No, Stu deserves a raise after that shit.
Yeah,
It's the best cameraman.
I agree.
Facts.
I had to think for a second, but fucking the chairman, Ty Dillinger, he was Stan, not Stu.
Yeah.
In WWE when he got super kicked.
Just kicked Stan. Yeah.
It was Stan. All right.
It was Stan.
Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm going to swallow the Judgment Day things because there was a lot that happened on Raw and SmackDown, so I'm just gonna group it all together because I know you appreciate when that happens.
I love group sex. Keep going.
Well,
Same.
it's more so like what was going on SmackDown because we got the standoff between Judgment Day because Rhea was at the India show, so she wasn't there. She was gone. But
Wrestling
we got
Natalia.
Yeah.
Because Becky had passport issues.
Yeah, a lot of people were having issues getting over there apparently. So we got the men of the Judgment Day and the almighty prophets coming out. We got that standoff. I saw somebody pose the question, who are the heels in this?
Who cares?
That's what I said. But I was just curious what everyone else said.
I also love like how everyone kind of stood against their equal. So like Bobby Lashley stood by Damian Priest because powerhouses.
Yep.
And Montez Ford stood by Finn Balor because of just the technical ability and skill. And then Angelo Dawkins, who's the least appreciated, stood across from Dominic Mysterio because
fuck Dominic Mysterio. Angela has to go against somebody.
All right, 2 questions. One, I forgot to mention this when Will brought up the custom Money in the Bank. I thought he was coming out with tag titles. I thought he had new custom tag titles, and I was so stoked. And then he pulled out the Money in the Bank, and I was a little disappointed, but also it was a cool Money in the Bank. But I was like, that. So that's one thing. Secondly, you guys are watching like I'm watching, right? Do the boos for Dominic Mysterio sound like piped-in crowd noise to you? Or do you think it's legit heat?
Both. It depends on the situation. Sometimes like they start kind of low, but then just randomly get loud out of nowhere. That's where I kind of think it might be piped in. But
Almost
a lot of the
too
times,
loud for a live crowd.
Exactly. And like I've been to plenty of shows. I know how loud those crowds can fucking get. But I mean, people are posting like videos from the shows being like, nah, this is like legit because you can't really fake it on a video on a live show. So it really depends. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
He's a heat magnet, but the WWE's doing what every dude does on their Tinder bio. They're making it a little bit bigger than it needs to be. And they're 100% piping in boos on top of an already like huge sound because he's getting just astronomical heat from the crowd, but they're also piping in noise on top of it to make it sound louder than what it is.
What is it Young King says? Don't pipe in crowd noise, pipe in some bitches.
Yep.
I agree. To me, I was listening, I think it was Monday, and I'm like, something sounds off. Like this doesn't sound like a natural crowd reaction. You can tell there's a little something extra tagged on there, and they don't need it. They don't.
I will give Dom credit though. He is like actually talking through the boos now and not like stopping and like letting it build. Like he's progressed and talking through everything now.
However, that was one of the arguments as to why people thought it was piped in crowd noise was because generally if they're booing that loud, they'll pause, they'll stop, they'll let the crowd boo. And with him talking straight through with the boos being that loud, people are thinking that it's manufactured because he's not pausing for them to be quiet so he can be heard. I saw that argument as well.
But like if you think about it, these boos have been consistent since he's been with the Judgment Day for like a year now. So, I mean, yeah, they've gotten louder because, it's Dominic, but he kind of just had to sink or swim with being able to talk on the mic. Like, he couldn't have Rhea do it for the rest of his career. So
Yes, he could have, and I would have been okay with that.
Well, I mean, he could have, but she was in India. She wasn't there.
Yeah. That was Katie, so it's me.
Yep.
No surprise here. I'm spitting Drew and Riddle in a tornado tag against the Viking Raiders. There was a point in time where I loved the Viking Raiders. The War Machine, the War Raiders in NXT. I was all about it. They have somehow found a way to absolutely ruin it on the main roster. You know how I feel about Matt Riddle and anyone associated with them. And then on top of that, listen, we've talked about the curse. We talked about what happened to Xavier. Why the fuck is Kofi's dumbass getting involved on behalf of this tag team and then telling Matt Riddle to go vouch for him with Drew backstage and putting his health at risk? Kofi, you've already got a caved in fucking chest. You just got back from injury. You have been very injury prone over the last few years. You are playing with a loaded gun, sir. Also, at some point, Michael Cole may or may not have said Ritter on top. And then Ritter may or may not have been trending.
Matt, you're famous.
So, two thoughts on that. There's the one side of me that was like, Matt Riddle is targeting with the curse. That's what he does. There's one side of me who was pissed off because, again, Michael Cole's out here confusing me for Matt Riddle, and that pissed me off. On the other side, I mean, Ritter on top, hashtag Ritter over Riddle. I'd rather have him shout me out on live TV than Matt Riddle anyway. Give me the credit I deserve. So I'm 50-50 on that one.
So does that mean the title is Ritter on top for this week?
Ritter on top is leading for title.
Ritter on top.
Ritter was on top Friday morning and Ritter on top Saturday night.
I put something in the private chat for you because you brought up the Viking Raiders. This guy from OVW, his name is Crixus. He is 100%. He's the Scottish War Machine, which is one of their old names. And when you look at his picture, if you can't, as much as I hate to say, the lady who comes up with him now is a direct ripoff of Max, the Impaler.
Yep.
This guy is an exact carbon copy ripoff of the Viking Raiders, and he's on the indie scene right now. You literally doing all their moves, doing everything they do, all the same. I just watched him work earlier tonight. It's ridiculous.
Crixus, the man with muscles bigger than the Scottish Highlands and more kick than the strongest Scottish whiskey. Crixus is an absolute gladiator. Coming from a world of bare knuckle fighting, he's perfect. He's perfect. I think they meant perfected. He's perfected his devastating headbutt hat he calls the Glasgow Kiss. In a short time with OVW, the Scottish War Machine has been part of so many unforgettable matches, like a casket match, a blindfold match, a Ronin Underground Fight Club match, and even the torturous Hell's Gate match. Shout out to The Undertaker. Crixus is yet to back down from a fight. OVW, please figure out how to say things on your website. I would appreciate it because he's perfect. His is not a proper sentence.
I think that explains it perfectly.
He's the Terrence Howard to their Don Cheadle. There you go. Yep.
I was just watching Iron Man earlier today.
Katie, spit or swallow. Or no, wait, it's Will. Because I did the Viking Raiders. Will, spit or swallow.
This is my last one from Raw. You guys have pretty much covered the rest of my notes, but I'm spitting Raquel. Pretty much anything to have to do with her. If she comes across my television, she's almost, and this sucks too, because in the dilemma right now where they're not getting enough TV time to the talented women on the rosters across any brand except for Impact, I think that giving it to somebody who's terrible isn't really the move either. And Raquel's pretty terrible across the board. So I spit anything, Raquel.
Yeah, she sucks.
Okay, so on the tangent side of that, I swallowed the fact that they mentioned the women's tag team title curse, specifically Chelsea, on TV. She's like, "Oh, you mean that curse that everyone's talking about on the internet over the tag team titles?" Blah blah blah. As they announced that Piper was, and also just her talking shit about Raquel as Raquel was standing behind her. I always loved those moments, like when Keith Lee popped up behind Finn Balor in NXT.
My favorite meme of all time.
Yes.
Yeah, all those things. So
love the memes.
But yeah, no, not a big Raquel fan. I agree.
Fuck Raquel. She sucks.
Katie, spit or swallow. I've got one more thing from Raw.
So I'll let you take that because it's probably the same thing I had. So I'll move on over to NXT.
No, you can take it. Take it.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
I'll just tag team you. Tag team onto you. Not tag
Can I
team
watch?
you.
Can I watch you tag team, Kate?
I gotta find a tag team
I
partner.
gotta go.
Wonder what Reek's doing tonight. Anyway, continue.
So, anyways, NXT. Oh God. Oh, crazy! I just can't read my notes now. It's weird. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Overall, wasn't the biggest fan of NXT this week. I'm glad we're in agreement. So a lot are gonna be spits and or gargles. So I'm gonna start with spit. I'm spitting Tyler Bate versus Delgado for whatever fucking reason. Why is this a thing when you also have that man in that Heritage Cup Invitational, whatever the fuck? So why is he also doing this? Doesn't make any sense, and I didn't even care. I don't understand. Spit.
I didn't care so much I didn't even put it down.
That's right.
What up? Tell Tino I said thank you. Tino's a good dude. Jadis, we appreciate you swinging through.
Tino sent me. That sounds so like mob.
My favorite pizza place in Chicago, Aurelio's, which I took you to, Katie. Their slogan on the box is "Tell him Joe sent me." I'd love to have "Tell him Tino sent me" as like a thing that we could do.
Tell him Tino sent me. I get all of my NXT news from this show week to week because I don't watch NXT. So if you don't like it, then I sure as fuck don't like it. Like,
yeah, that's right. Glad was on the same page.
Yeah.
I haven't felt Tyler Bate since he's been in NXT.
I
NXT. Even at the end of his NXT,
Tyler.
yeah, the NXT, this whole new gimmick, it has not been for me. I haven't given a fuck about Delgado since he left Apollo Crews. I forgot he was even on the roster, so that was a thing.
Yeah, because he just like randomly came back like last week or this last
Apollo
week.
Crews?
No, Delgado.
Delgado.
Oh, I was like, what?
No, not Apollo. Apollo, not him.
All right, let's finish Raw, and that's how I like to anyway. I'm spitting Seth Rollins. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Seth frickin' Rollins, right? However, this man doubled down on a lack of consent, and I cannot support that. All right. He showed up after being told he wasn't invited to the party, still crashed that motherfucker. Then he forced himself on Shin after Shin explicitly said no. Then he interrupted the end of Shin's match, the booty call that he had, before Shin could fully get satisfied. And again, after Shin saying, no, I don't want any, forced himself on Shin a second time. And we do not support a lack of consent around here.
No. It was also the phrasing that Seth Rollins just randomly, like, you about to get this work, son? Rollins, what the fuck? No, Colby, you don't talk like that. Relax. Take it easy.
I say I don't yuck any yums. I think the only yum I'll yuck is going against consent. Yeah, I think you found it, Matt.
Well,
that's the
there's
one
two.
yuck.
There's that one, and then there's the that other one. I'm gonna ignore everything Taekwon said except for the last part about the phrase that Seth used.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you monitor those messages. Yeah.
I got you.
You deal with
I'm the
only
only one qualified to monitor Taekwon in the chat.
You deal with him on a weekly basis multiple times during the week, so
listen, there was a point in time where I loved Ricochet. He can't cut a promo. I don't see him in that spot. I really don't. Like, the match would be great. Don't get me wrong. The match would be great. They'd have a fire fucking match, but like having him in a spot versus Seth, especially in like the world, I just don't think he's got what it takes to be there personally. Outside of, because I'm very big on character work, more so than inside. Like, I can enjoy a great match and I'll have a fucking fun time, but it's not the most important thing to me. I'm a character work. I'm a gimmick guy, and he has none.
No.
Common can fill his spot.
I mean, Logan Paul already tried to fill his slot, and
Yeah.
Whoa.
Got him.
Wow.
poor Samantha. She even dressed in yellow for that match.
Yep. They matched.
You know what else
in
filled
everything.
Ricochet's slot was Katana Chance's fingers.
Yeah, they did.
Stop.
I'm just saying. That's a thing.
There's nothing wrong with it. Don't, you know?
We don't yuck any yums. We're just stating facts here.
Yeah.
If he likes a finger in the bum, he likes a finger in the bum.
There's nothing
the
wrong
bum.
with it. It's 2023. You can't judge somebody if they take a finger in the bum, Katie.
Okay, so now our options for a title for this episode are Ritter on top or Finger in the Bum.
Do you need me to write both of
Both are
those down?
solid
Yeah,
options.
write both down.
This is why I'm
Will,
here.
spit or swallow.
This is Matt's least favorite part of the episode because we get to Tuesday nights and I don't watch NXT, so it's time for me to spit and swallow the shit you guys don't watch. My first spit of the week. No, I'm gonna swallow something from the NWA. I'm gonna swallow the new NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, Ethan Carter III. Finger in the bum. Travis agrees.
Travis voted.
I'm gonna swallow EC3, offering a very cordial invite to one Phillip Brooks, CM Punk to the NWA. They said that him and Billy would welcome CM Punk with open arms to the promotion. So I'm going to swallow EC3 bringing CM Punk to the NWA. One, because that would be my best shot of interviewing the man, just to be completely honest.
He said, "I'm
And
trying to get an
two,
interview."
I would love to see CM Punk wreak havoc on everything that the NWA stands for right now. Putting that man in that locker room would be phenomenal, and not just because I would get to stand in it and watch it burn down.
And also on top of that, not that I agree with it, but I did see someone say that if Control Your Narrative was a thing when Punk came back, he would have been a part of it. So, Jadis, if you're still here, so you know, the reason Spit or Swallow is the format, while it may seem sus, is we're the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub. And what do you do on Pornhub?
You spit or you swallow, man.
One or the other.
Man.
There's a whole
Yeah.
group of videos based on
And
either
we
way.
will have Tino, because I'm also from Chicago. We will have Tino on the show spitting and swallowing very soon. So,
Love Tino, great guy.
yes, this fella does not watch NXT, but he absolutely does watch the NWA.
Yeah.
So that was Will. Katie, spit or swallow. Since I know you don't have any thoughts on, well, maybe you might have thoughts on CM Punk and the NWA. Do you have thoughts on CM Punk and the NWA?
I mean, that might be. NWA is just. I have no words. Will knows my thoughts. I just.
I sent Matt. Was it 2 Sundays ago? I sent Matt a very direct message that was like, if A doesn't happen, then B will happen. 0 questions asked. Like, I had finally hit that point where I was like,
Oh, I remember.
yeah, like I was like, this is a do not pass go. If this doesn't happen tonight, then I stop reporting altogether.
Yeah.
Stop vaping, wanna be MJF.
Wow.
Our
Who
boy
said that?
Vince, that was Jadis.
Oh, wow.
Our boy Vince is over. He's not here tonight, but he is a big NBA fan. I am as a Bears fan. It's been hard to be an NFL fan for a while now. I've decided I'm going to wait till they have a good season before I start supporting them because I'm sick of hearing they're going to be good. They're going to be good. And then they're not. So that's kind of where I'm at. And Tom Brady retired. So I got nothing to watch now. It's the only place he hasn't been. That's true. The last time I enjoyed anything NWA was when Straight Outta Compton came out. That's the gimmick, Jadis. Is he's Jewish and he wears the MJF scarf because he's a fan of MJF and Jewish.
I mean, I thought that was kind of clear. Contrary to popular belief, I don't think I'm actual Jacob Freeman, but I do know one thing. Jadis, I'm better than you, and you know it.
I saw that coming a mile away.
So did I.
Katie, spit or swallow.
Thank you. Even though it sorry, wasn't a super long match or anything, I am going to swallow Tiffany versus Kiana. Kiana has improved. They both have improved so much in the ring since they both started. I was a little iffy about Kiana being the one to win the Fatal 4-Way, which still doesn't really make sense to me, but she did hold her own in this match surprisingly well, and it was a good fucking match, a good way to start. And obviously she wasn't gonna beat Tiff because Tiff is having Becky, I almost forgot her name, Becky next week for the title, which the last time Becky was down in NXT or over in NXT was against Rhea, and Becky was a champion. So who fucking knows what's going to happen? I don't think they'll take the belt off Tiff on a random NXT, but it's going to be a good fucking match.
I agree. I got Tiffany defeats Kiana as a swallow. Becky versus Tiffany next week in the main event of NXT.
As it should be.
Also, Kiana losing her shit in the locker room while Lyra and Roxanne are having a little bonding moment, and Roxanne just cracking her in the fucking face before the girls break it up because Roxanne's not taking anyone's shit anymore. She's getting her rocks off left and right, and I'm all about it.
She's a changed girl.
And then Tiffany got spicy in an interview and called the man a bitch.
She also said, "See you next Tuesday, bitch."
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
She said it
Awesome.
twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, listen,
because cunt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you didn't get it, cunt. Yeah.
Yeah. She ain't slick.
I do think that would boost her confidence if she can beat Becky and prove she's a true champ. I feel like that would boost anyone's confidence, and she's got the best moonsault in the game right now. So that's going to be big things for her. I don't see her winning clean though. Some shit's going to happen. Whether I don't know what it is yet, but we'll see.
We'll find out.
I am spitting the fact that Thea Hale decided to hang out with both Blair Davenport and JC Jane, and that led to Gigi Dolan taking another L. Because Gigi needs all the W's and none of the L's.
Yeah, of course. Because it's Gigi.
And also, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm glad Thea's not doing the shit she was doing, but find better friends.
You hated the spastic, over-the-top Thea Hale. Now you're getting... she's in her bad girl arc because she's friends with fucking JC Jane. I'm
cool with JC because JC's like, hey, drop that stupid megaphone shit and like, let's go down and, you know, she's got the dark makeup and all that. Like, I'm cool with that. It was when Blair showed up and got involved and I'm like, nah, this is now a little too much. Yeah, now we're a little overboard.
That's bad. See, JC Jane's like the cool bad girl. Blair Davenport's just a bitch and you don't want to be around her because she's just a toxic human being. JC Jane's fine. Thea Hale, just stick with JC.
I agree. Will, you got something else from Impact or the NWA or the Indies that you'd like to discuss as you spit or swallow?
I've got a few from Impact. I'm going to lump them all together because they were all from Victory Road and Impact 1000. I'm spitting Tommy Dreamer winning the digital media title. Yes, that's a real thing in Impact. Yes, they put a belt on Tommy Dreamer in 2023. Yes, I think that's a bad idea.
That's what I more have an issue with.
I'm swallowing PCO beating the ever-loving shit out of Bully Ray in an Anything Goes match and them still letting it happen even though they're putting the Team 3D over every blah, 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 the Legends deal, but they're still working with Impact. Like, I'm here for it. But I love that PCO's out there doing all of it.
So PCO's like Frankenstein, right?
Correct.
Yes.
And he got hit by a car.
He got whole ass ran over by a car.
Okay.
What? Okay.
Do you think the glass in the car was real? Sorry, I had to. Anyway, continue.
Cry me a river.
Swallowing, Don West, Mike Tenay, and Tracy Brooks all going into the TNA Impact Hall of Fame this year. Huge announcement for that. And Nick Saban winning his 10th X Division title tonight at the Impact tapings. So that's a record. The X Division. That's like their mid-card title.
I know what the X.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Nick Saban?
Chris Saban.
Chris Saban. That's what had me confused.
Nick Saban is the coach for Alabama. He's in my dreams and nightmares because we play them on the third Saturday of every October.
Highly doubt that she was behind the wheel. Has Allison done the Jungle Boy's entrance with Justin Timberlake's Cry Me a River as songs that would be better for Jungle Boy than Beethoven? Because if not, I need you to suggest that to her and have that be a TikTok.
Repeat what you just said to me one more time. Those are a lot of words.
Cry Me a River by Justin Timberlake is a song. Correct. It exists. It's a thing. It's there.
I know who Justin Timberlake is.
Allison, the boss bitch, your co-host and friend, she does this thing on TikTok where she's like, Jungle Boy, better theme music than what they have. And then she has a different song and he comes out to it with his entrance. Has she done Cry Me a River? Okay, see, there we go. Thank you, Allison. I appreciate it.
I was going to say, she was probably watching. You could have just said that.
I know Will likes Frozen. He's a nerd.
Dude, Jadis has got some heat with you, Will. I don't know what you did to him.
Yeah, what is
He said he's going to Goldberg spear me. Is it weird that I got a boner from that?
It is. Well, I mean, knowing you, it's not.
I got a boner. Come spear me. Come spear me, Daddy.
Yeah,
it was Adam Sandler B-Day yesterday. Hey, that's cool. Shalom.
Jadis is making Taekwon jealous over here.
There's so much fucking going on.
And I love it. But while all of that is going on, again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you wherever you're watching us, whether it's Twitch or YouTube or Facebook Live. And if you guys would like to support us, you guys can go to patreon.com/creationworld, where we have 2 podcasts for the price of one. For just that $1 tier, you get Return to Wrestling, where Travis and I sit down and talk old school WCW. This month, we will be talking Super Brawl 1998. Last month's episode, which was sold out 1998, is available and up right now. And you get the entire back catalog, everything from the first Nitro in 1995 all the way through that next episode. And if you subscribe this month, you will get the new episode as well. So you can check out everything we've done. But for that same dollar, not a different dollar, not another dollar, the same dollar that you already paid for Return to Wrestling, you also get Multiverse with Travis and Mara, where they sit down and they discuss DC animated films. And they're fucking fantastic. But if you got a little more, and again, I want you to click the link. I want you to go see how much. If you want to watch us and you want to watch us ad-free, that option is there too. So you get all of what I just talked about, plus all of our podcasts, whether it's the Creation Conversation, where we talk all that nerdish, Getting Off, or Smackin It Raw, all those podcasts without ads. But if you're watching us live, we do have ads, and we have some badass sponsors with some great deals that we would like you to check out now.
Spice things up in the bedroom, then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Because you see, Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creationworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go-to online store for all your dog related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creationworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creationworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creationworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try DUBBY, the ultimate energy source. DUBBY is a powerful clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, DUBBY can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, DUBBY is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix DUBBY with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your DUBBY today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try DUBBY today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
To be fair, Bill Goldberg would not be the only bald bearded Jew that Will has jerked off to, and also not the first one. So that'd be me. Also, yeah, Adam and Eve absolutely sponsored us, Jadis. Was Will on this with sponsoring Adam and Eve? Will is he's a guest host. Me, Vince, and theoretically our unofficial official co-host Katie, Travis, who was doing everything, and then Mara, who you will not see because she does Creation Conversation with Travis, and I and everyone else on Monday through Friday. We're Creation World, and that's who Adam and Eve is sponsoring. Will just gets the benefits of being here every week to see the ad, buy things, and then use them while thinking about me. So, Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm spitting the majority of Von Wagner and Braun Breaker.
Me too. Have you seen that guy? Sorry, go ahead.
Honestly, same. So I'm spitting the majority of it, but like that ending, NXT cuts the black as Braun Breaker picks up the steel steps and smashes Von Wagner's head. Obviously, the internet is a thing and people have phones. So people filmed it because Twitter and kayfabe is never alive anymore. But the way they did it on TV and the way NXT tweeted that because of Von's past medical history, which they have gone in depth with on this show.
Which is why we stopped calling him things like Prehistoric Paul and Ancient Andy.
Yes, because we felt bad. We didn't know.
Big joke out of me.
Yeah. So like they're like, we don't know what his status is. So I like the fact that they're doing their best because they obviously saw all the shit that happened. But I was not expecting Braun to attempt murder.
I'm spitting the discourse. I'm with you here, Katie. Like, here's my thing. We know that it's professional wrestling. We know that Braun Breaker didn't actually crack Von Wagner open like a fucking egg. Like, we knew there was something back there. Yes, a fan filmed it and they showed, how the magic trick is done. And then Kenny, who we love, made a little tweet about it, and he got a lot of flack for making the tweet and also a little bit of support. Shout out to O'Shea Jackson Jr. Love him.
I saw that.
Speaking of the NWA, straight out of Compton earlier, shout out to Ice Cube's son. As well as some shit from Barrett Court. Like there was a whole thing with that, right? But all the discourse, it's all bullshit. Like you're all adult. We're all adults. If you're watching this show, you need to be an adult. Like,
literally need to be an adult.
You should be. Like, we're sponsored by Adam and Eve. We're on Pornhub. Like, you should be an adult. We knew what the fuck happened. We knew that Von Wagner didn't actually get his dome cracked open. But at the same time, they didn't need to show the behind the scenes magic. Like, I get that. Like,
yeah.
Let us live. Let us believe. Let us be children again. But we knew it didn't happen. So seeing it, okay, now we know how it happened. But like, we knew it wasn't real. So why is there so much discourse and bullshit behind it? You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah. Well, I was like concerned that my TV just like stopped working on like the end of NXT. I was like, why the fuck is my screen black? But I'm still hearing everything. What happened to the picture? But obviously, now that I know it wasn't just me and it was everybody's. But like, I gotta say, Vic Joseph did a hell of a job selling it because we couldn't see anything. Like, yeah. I give him mad props. And the video, I don't remember which angle it is, but Booker T's face is just priceless. Baron Corbin's just standing there doing nothing, being useless. But like Vic Joseph's commentary and Booker's face in the video, it's a time.
Okay, did you break your TV?
No, it's behind me. It's still there.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I was literally watching it earlier.
You should probably double check just in case.
We're good.
I mean, it's not on. I can't tell if it works or not.
It's on.
Will, you got anything on this before I spit or swallow?
I like that he keeps a candy bowl on the commentary table because I also keep a candy bowl on my desk and beside the bed.
His commentary table.
And at the coffee table and in the kitchen. So I keep candy bowls everywhere. So I represent it. Way to go, Vic Joseph. Keep the candy rolling.
How does spit or swallow work? You swallow what you like and you spit what you don't like, kind of like with food or, cum. That's how it works. So if we're swallowing it, we like it. If we're spitting it, we don't like it. And then you have the option to gargle undecidedly if you're kind of on the fence about it. Yep. You're not really there to swallow, but you're also not spitting it because you don't hate it. And when I gargle, I choke and I cough. I'm going to swallow the Don and Stacks having a lot of competition, seeing as the tag team divisions on the main roster are very poor. Yep. We had a summit in the Diamond Mine training gym. Then Garza and Humberto came in, got a little lippy, ruined the whole vibe, caused a brawl. But there are tag teams lined up left and right to take on my boys the Don and Stacks for their tag team titles.
I don't think I got to talk about why the fuck are Los Lotharios fucking werewolves now? Like, what was that video package from like last week or 2 weeks ago? What the fuck was that?
Halloween's coming, and why not? PCO's Frankenstein, why can't they be werewolves?
Impact has literally killed 2 people this year on screen.
Well,
another one.
I was just like, I was so confused by that. But there, yeah, you're right. Hella tag teams in NXT. It's gonna be good. That's where the tag team scene is now, because fuck the main roster.
Agreed. Will, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna jump ahead to Dynamite
you could jump wherever you want. You could do SmackDown, you could do Dynamite, you could do heels. You could, you want to talk about WrestleMania 42? Like, jump wherever you want, bro.
Okay. I'm still gonna jump to Dynamite because that's how my brain works. I'm going to swallow everything Orange Cassidy. When he came out and opened Dynamite on Wednesday night, like that whole entrance, he came out and he kind of said his piece, and like the whole thank you, they told me to stay home, but I want to be here. Like everything about Orange Cassidy now versus where he was at a year ago is totally different. When he comes back and he's 100% healthy, if they don't push that man to at least in the main event picture going with MJF or Adam Cole or whoever has the title at that point, Orange Cassidy needs to be a viable world title contender at some point for this company. He's homegrown talent. He came up through here. He proved that he can be a defending champion who's got a great work rate. So at least give him an opportunity to get the big belt.
I agree. I need to get back to a lot of the character work that he was doing when I first fell in love with him in AEW. Just the little things, like there being a match and him standing outside the bathroom, just hanging out, like doing Orange Cassidy shit on the outside and letting him be that person that we've seen him in the ring on the inside. Because we've gotten away from that a little bit. Like he talks and he's still, he had his backpack and this and that, but like a lot of the fun, cool, just like chill, not talking, low energy, just kind of in the way and around sort of shit. We're missing that. And we had Danhausen to fill that, and Danhausen's been gone for fucking ever, and I miss Danhausen on AEW TV. So like I need a little bit more of that character back along with what you're saying. Also, spit. And the reason I'm spitting Roman Reigns 2,000 days as champ is because kind of like the Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, we did not end this on the two previous obvious conclusions that we should have, and we're just dragging this out now for shits and giggles. If there was a good story told past Jimmy or Jay losing as to why we were dragging it out, not just to get him there, then I might be all for it. But I think we jumped the shark with Jay losing and Cody losing, and now we're just kind of floating in nothingness that I've lost interest in the Bloodline story because of.
Even at 2,800 days, Bruno wrestled at least once a week. That's all I've got to say about it. Even Bruno wrestled at least once a week.
I'm glad I look better than Ryback.
You look way better than Ryback.
I think you're way cuter than Ryback, man.
And so does Jadis. He said, I look like Ryback, bald head, but younger and better looking. No homo. So appreciate that. Any thoughts on Orange Cassidy, Katie?
I think people keep saying Mox is he's not the stepdad, he's the dad who stepped up. Like I see those memes all the time because all the shit that's happened. I will gladly say that about Orange Cassidy. That man literally defended his title every fucking week, basically. Oh my god. Literally almost every week. Broken man is just in shambles. Finally cuts a emotional for Orange Cassidy promo. I love everything Orange Cassidy. I do miss the funny shenanigans of Cassidy being Cassidy, but I will say I do like the fact that they have put a lot of stock into him and realized that he basically held your company afloat for a fucking year because he was doing more than the world champion. So
that's fair. I'm going to finish off my last thing for NXT. I'm spitting Dana Brooke, being a jealous girlfriend because Kalani is talking to Lyra. Just like getting really upset for the fact that Kalani is making other friends outside of her. And I was kind of digging what Dana Brooke was doing until all of a sudden she just randomly turned heel and kind of a shitty person out of nowhere. And now I'm confused and I don't really have interest in a Dana Brooke heel run. Like the good girl mentor, like we have this in common thing that they were doing. And her kind of being a little bit of a badass, coming out and doing like the kendo sticks and shit like that. Like I was down for that. This has kind of lost me. So
Yeah, the last time Dana was good at being a heel was when she was with Emma, the first time in NXT. So.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get to that here very shortly, I'm sure, Jadis. Will, or no, that was Katie. So it's me. No, I just went. Will,
you just went with Dana
swallow.
Brooke.
I'm so confused.
No, it's okay. Since you guys are all getting caught up on Dynamite, I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off the board just because I want to. And that's pretty much Christian Cage cougar hunting like a fucking boss out there, dude. I love the fact that he is openly hitting on Nick Wayne's mama. Like, I think that is awesome.
I have
Jack Perry's mom.
Yeah, that's what I'm
he
saying.
should have hit
like,
on Jack Perry's sister because that's anyway.
Well,
Hey.
She's hot. What is
I like the fact that he's cougar hunting. I mean, you know, no disrespect. I'm in the Dead Dads Club, so like, you know, I can laugh about it, right? It's our joke, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're in the Dead Dads Club. Katie's in the Deadbeat Dads Club. Like, yeah.
Oh, I've got one of those
Dead
too.
to me.
Adjacent. Speaking of which, I actually have I've got a thing here on my notes. DDWE, Dead Daddy's worst enemy, Christian Cage, the DDWE, confronts Nick Wayne while Darby is helping AR Fox in the ring and also flirting with Nick Wayne's mom.
Facts, dude. And she's good looking. Like, go for it, Christian. Tap it. Ray is the
Young Kings Wrestling did vote Rey Mysterio multiple years in a row worst father of the year.
3 or 4.
Big ups. Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah, you're in the chat, bro. If you got any Spit or Swallow questions, feel free to ask them. We love the chat support. I didn't see it. Also Spit. Mercedes, I kind of like what she's doing. I think.
And he's back.
There we go. Mercedes doing her thing. I kind of enjoy her being out on the independents, enjoying life and having fun. I want her to keep doing what makes her happy. So Spit Sasha going back to WWE.
Yeah,
unless it's something she wants to do.
WWE.
I spit Sasha going back to WWE, but I swallow Mercedes Moné being in New Japan Pro Wrestling entrant in the 2024 Royal Rumble. And if WWE gets their way with things, they're talking about NWA, Impact, maybe even possibly New Japan being in the Rumble in 2024. It could be fucking stacked.
I'm in the I Wish My Dad Was Dad Club. You're right.
Typo was funnier.
Typo was funnier.
You are correct.
That was Will, which means it's Katie. Katie Spit or Swallow.
It's me. I'm gonna swallow Chris Statlander pulling double duty this week, as she should. That's Mama. That is my women's champion. Because the other one's not defending her title or even wrestling. Chris Statlander's wrestling every week, multiple times a week.
Chill, she'll be there.
I'm just saying.
Real out here.
I'm just saying, my love for Chris Statlander defeats all.
I agree.
It's Rhea in WWE and it's Statlander in AEW.
Okay.
Mommy and Mama. It's just there.
Gotcha.
Her match with Emi Sakura, fan-fucking-tastic.
Yep.
Hell of a match. And then against Robin Renegade, which I surprisingly knew which Renegade twin it was before they said it. I don't know how, but maybe because I forgot the other one's name and I only remembered Robin. But that's fine. The match was good, but then no more Punk, but a storm is coming, and it's Jade. Jade is now back in AEW. She is, after 3 or 4 month hiatus, took out the Renegade twins for trying to beat up Stat, and then helped up Statlander, and then hit her with whatever the fuck her finish is called.
The Road to Valhalla?
That's not what it is. That's Ty Valkyrie's name for it. Jade has a different name for it. But yes, that move. Which I literally just don't remember. Jade is above the TBS title now. She doesn't need it back.
Facts.
Might be an unpopular opinion. She definitely does not need the TBS title back.
And she might not. She might not win it back, but having her go back for the title that she lost, returning kind of makes sense as a first feud to kind of get her back into it. So I'm okay with that.
Yes, it makes sense, but after this, she does not need to, like, she held that title for fucking ever and went undefeated until stat. So, like, just put her with the other girls at this point. Stat.
It's the Jaded, by the way.
The Jaded?
She hasn't been on TV in a while. I forgot.
I know. I'm here to help.
Tomorrow night, no free shout outs, but Allison's Pissed Off for Greatness is all about what happened tonight. And I'm going to steal a little bit of her thunder right here, going off of Katie's.
Okay.
There's no reason Jade Cargill shouldn't be going after the women's world title. Period. And Jadis is going to love this. She was built to be bigger than Bill Goldberg. She finally lost. She got her time off. Bring her back and immediately have her go into the world title pictures being this huge, bigger than anything monster of a woman.
I can see that. Katie, any thought? Because me personally, I don't think there's anyone on the Raw roster right now that they've really built up to be the right person to defeat Rhea.
There's one person. It's going to be Liv.
Okay.
Liv was the last person to pin Rhea, and Rhea put Liv on the shelf for who knows how long. So it would only make sense. That's the only one I will be happy with.
No, I'm absolutely down with the second run for Liv. We got the trial run, and again, character work. I love Liv. There's something about her that people love, despite the in ring people not exactly being fully on board with her in ring and all of that. She has the it factor and that appeal, and I'm all for that. I don't know if Randy is coming back. If he does come back, the Rumble makes sense.
I hope.
I just hope he comes back and fucks up Matt Riddle. That's all I care about, for breaking his back, for making him carry that tag team.
I miss Randall.
Those aren't bad picks. Those are not bad picks at all. Since Katie and Will took my first two off Dynamite, I'll take this one. Swallowing everything, MJF and Samoa Joe. The fans chanting "Tiny Dick" at Samoa Joe because, like, what the fuck were you guys thinking?
I wouldn't
literally. You guys chanted "Tiny Dick" and "Fuck you, Joe" to a man that you guys chant Joe is going to kill you to every superstar he steps in the ring with and wrestler, because it's AEW. We got story time with MJF where he told a story, because everyone knows how to do story time except for the person whose gimmick is story time.
He tells stories sometimes.
Once or twice. Threatens to send Joe back to NXT like he did William Regal, because MJF has to WWE in a promo.
Of course. It's only fair.
And the fact that all of this, go figure, the whole MJF Samoa Joe feud is because somebody shoved somebody backstage. Isn't that apropos?
It's well, people have been reposting, like, before Joe pushed MJF at All Out, whichever fucking one it was. People always post the clip of Joe shoving the shit out of MJF into the brick wall. They have been for a while. And it just makes sense. Everything they're doing, Joe didn't have to come out there and push that man in front of people this time. But Joe just wanted to start some shit. He was like, I'm in the mood, let's go. And it's perfect.
Jadis, you can go in your settings and uncensor yourself, because I have no idea what that's supposed to say.
I also don't know.
Tiny. It's supposed to say tiny, I'm judging by his next comment. Yeah.
Okay. Tiny brick. Okay, I see what we're going. I know Will loved that tiny brick chant. There we go.
To be completely honest, I didn't really care much for this segment.
Really?
No,
Wow.
of course I loved it. Everything MJF
We were
does
like,
is fucking gold.
Is this Will?
No, everything. I've got notes. I covered for Camel on Wednesday night, so I watched Dynamite like minute for minute notes. So my Smackin' It Raw notes literally say go to Dynamite notes. So I just went back a few pages in my notebook to Wednesday, and everything down to the fact the devil has arrived in Hoosier country. He made a reference to being chubbed up and having an unfortunate boner. Like, me and this man are cut from the same cloth, ladies and gentlemen. When he made the ice cream truck thing, and then Joe made the comment about being the biggest star on the other company's network, and I was like, kind of, but like, you weren't in WWE, but you were great in Twisted Metal. I love it. Great back and forth, jokes and venom, blah, blah, blah. MJF's gold, Samoa Joe's gold. Fuck it, let them fight.
Last time I was with an ice cream truck on the other company's channel, I was the biggest thing on that channel, or whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah.
And let's also not forget that, talking about shoving people backstage, Joe said he did it because he thought 19-year-old Max was a little bitch. So Max bitch slaps him. And then Joe's like, I'm not taking your bait. Baits Max in. They both touch each other's dicks and then pound each other hard.
Every time someone runs at Samoa Joe into a corner, he picks him up. He says, sit down, bitch. Mm-hmm. Every time. Or sit your ass down. A combination of both. But, like, Max has to realize his neck got fucked up severely in that match with Adam Cole. He seems to keep forgetting that because he's tempting fate worse than death, a match with Samoa Joe when you're not 100%. And based off of how this tournament has gone, both the final two competitors have beef with Max. So whichever way they decide to do this is going to be interesting, to say the least.
I need it to be Joe, though. I need it to be. Roddy
Strong's being too much of a little bitch right now. I can't handle it. I need Samoa Joe, MJF, Arthur Ashe. That's what needs to happen.
Fantasy booking is that Joe was going to take that title off CM Punk, and we didn't get that far in the story, so now he's going to take it off MJF, because I need to see Joe holding a real world championship on a major company at some point.
But, like...
Because Impact is not a real world championship on a major company. It's not.
Adam,
it is.
It is.
Adam
Cole.
Whoa.
It's not.
Whoa.
It's not.
No, I don't care about. I don't care about that comment. But like Adam Cole.
Well, he's got broke neck problems. He's got to deal with first.
Adam Cole and Joe also had beef in NXT.
Yeah, and once Joe takes the title off Max and puts Max on the shelf and lets him take a vacation and do some shit, find himself a new girlfriend because he got left, all that.
In Paris banging rats, yeah.
Adam can take it back, and then we can circle back to the MJF Adam feud, because then Adam's holding the belt that MJF lost that he wants back, and we can keep the buddy thing going for a little while till that happens.
Kangaroo kicks and double clotheslines all around.
Yes.
Billiam, spit or swallow.
Swallowing so fucking hard. Okay, you ready? Chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe.
That was my next one, Will. God damn it.
And my last one for Dynamite as well.
I like Tony Storm's damsel in distress. Marilyn Monroe come out in the silky robes. Like, at first I was like, what the fuck? Now I'm like, what the fuck? I love everything about this shit. And the shoe thing is genius. The fact that she's done it, 3 times now? 4 times now?
A handful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love everything about it. Chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe.
That is now my life motto going forward.
Hell yeah. Tino and I have already spoke. We will be getting him on Smackin It Raw very soon. That was my last thing. And that was also one of my options for a title. So we had Ritter on top, finger in the bum, chin up, tits out, watch for the shoe. I think that might be a little too long.
A little too long.
So probably just going to go finger in the bum.
I can't.
Katie, spit or swallow. If you have anything from Collision, because I did not get to watch Collision, you and Will tackle in Collision while I bang out SmackDown would be a great option.
Okay, I have something from Collision. I'm swallowing Samoa Joe versus Penta El Cero Miedo because that match was fucking beautiful. He did the walkaway spot as Penta was coming over the ropes, but went through a table. Like, this man is a menace to society. Like, the walkaway spot is just mean, but also hysterical. He's upping the ante every time. And Penta's fucking amazing. And it's Samoa Joe. Like, that's how you end your weekly wrestling show. Samoa Joe and Penta. And now we get Joe versus Brokeneck Roddy in the finals next week on Dynamite. Yeah, on Dynamite.
Yeah.
If we really want to combine them all, it would be Chin Up Ritter on top of the bum.
Chin Up Ritter on top of the bum. That's the name. It was a great match. I liked it when he did it and he slid through the ropes and he like
Katie's had a cold for the last 6 weeks, so
Yeah, I've literally been sick for fucking months. So
I feel that to my bones, quite literally.
no, that's cancer. That's something different.
Fuck, you're right. That's what it is. That's what I feel in my bones. It was
that
cancer.
other thing you had before. Yeah, that. That's what it is.
I loved everything Joe Penta in that match, and I knew when they announced it as the main event, I was like, "This is going to be the match of the night," and it was.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. I'm swallowing a pairing that I know Katie's not a huge fan of. Speaking of tits and tats, Shotzi Blackheart and Charlotte Flair defeating Damage Control with a little assist from Asuka. Zoe was awake for this, and she watched it, and she's like, "Ooh, she's scary." When she saw Asuka, Asuka's standing there, getting in Io's face with that sex stare, creeping Io the fuck out. And then Io saying she's ready for Asuka and laying down a challenge for her own title. Io versus Asuka will bang. Love me some Shotzi Blackheart. Not mad at the pairing of one of my favorite female wrestlers that Will has come around on, and one of Will's favorite wrestlers that I am coming around on due to the pairing, but only due to the pairing. She still has a moonsault.
Only due to the pairing. Listen, if Shotzi was a real one, she would have came out on the tank. Other people have.
If Charlotte was a real one, Shotzi is a real one. She does come out on the tank
Every time.
We love Shotzi.
Yeah, you said if Shotzi was a real one. You meant Charlotte.
I said Charlotte. It probably came out as Shotzi. It's 2 a.m. What do you want from me? I'm fucking exhausted.
We're almost there.
I said, my notes just say swallow me and Matt.
You guys are stupid.
And that's exactly what I was talking about with Shotzi and Charlotte. Just
I know.
Swallow me and Matt.
I know you two were. It's literally the two of you. I love seeing the comparisons of like Angelica and then Cynthia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, I mean, true. But
or was it Shotzi that put out the Wednesday meme of Wednesday Addams and
yeah, it was one of them. One of them put it out.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
The group chat gave us, it was Legs from Toy Story standing next to like the robot spider with the spiky hair, like doll. And I was like, How does that look? The most accurate meme I've seen to date.
That one probably is the most accurate. But I am 100% swallowing Io and Asuka. That is what we've been fucking waiting for. And we're getting it on SmackDown, so like some shady shit's gonna go down. Of course. Damage Control's there.
Will, spit or swallow?
I'm going to swallow the Bang Bang Gang. The Bullet Club Gold. Juice Robinson is continuing. They even gave him a fucking plaque. That was like Juice Robinson is the Cowboy of the Month for Collision or whatever. It was like his Employee of the Month thing. They brought it out with the Swiss cheese stay white cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
You did. You did a really good job. I'm very proud of you.
Okay. Everything they're doing is good. It's got the character, so Matt's circle gets covered up, and they've got great in-ring work, so Will's circle covers up, so that little part in the middle means that we can celebrate it here on Smackin' It Raw.
Love a Venn diagram reference. Also, listen, Tony doing amazing character work. her man, Rock Hard, which is the only way I'll refer to him, Rock Hard CJ Parker over there, doing great things as well. Those two together, a beautiful couple, all happy for it.
I mean, Animal from the Muppets, the Ass Boys, and Diego Luna is a combination of a team I never expected to hear or see on TV every week. He looks like Diego Luna. I can't get over it.
I know.
It's true.
So you got a thing for Swiss cheese?
I
know you got a thing for Diego.
I fucking love Diego Luna. I don't know, a little bit. Diego's not bad.
Okay, now here's my question, because we know that the door of Katie swings both ways.
Yeah.
Rhea or Diego?
Okay, well, Rhea.
Why not?
Rhea or Wardlow?
Ooh.
Both.
Nope.
Tienes los dos.
At the same time. Shout out DP boys. Katie, spit or swallow?
I don't even know what I'm doing with this. I'm just over Darby Allin in general.
Facts.
He got attacked by the evil dinosaur backstage before his match.
That's a swallow.
Well, that's a swallow. And Christian's like, as long as I'm champion, you're not the champion. As long as I'm a champion in AEW, you will never get this title or any title in AEW.
So, I know you weren't old enough or even alive when this happened, but Will, who was champion when Andre the Giant defeated Hulk Hogan? Was it Andre or was it the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase?
Okay, this is a note of contrition among some people in the wrestling community history-wise, because WWE does not recognize it's half the time they recognize Andre's and half the time they recognize the $1 Million Man's, because Andre won the title and then handed it to Ted and said, "This is yours."
Okay. Fuck WWE's canon. Will Gray, who was champion, Andre or Ted?
Andre, 100% of the time. He won the title. It was his belt.
So then, in your opinion, Luchasaurus won the title. He's the champion.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay. This isn't a Ted DiBiase. In canon, he was given the title. So understanding your question, yeah, no, Andre beat Hogan, won the belt. It should have been him. He should have been the champion. And they don't recognize Andre as like the guy because of the way the story went, which is ridiculous.
Because that's what we're getting is Andre
beat Hogan.
Ted 2.0.
Correct.
Hogan.
Yeah. And we love anyone who beats Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Fuck Hogan.
Yep.
I'm going to swallow Big Balls Paul on SmackDown. Big Balls Paul talking shit to AJ Styles backstage because he's like, I got Solo and I got Jimmy out of nowhere coming and attacking AJ for being like putting hands on him and just being like, I ain't scared of you, Paul Heyman, which of course, who the fuck's scared of Paul Heyman? It's not Paul Heyman you need to be scared of. It's who Paul Heyman rides with that you need to be scared of. Also, Big Balls Paul didn't just get lippy with AJ Styles backstage. He got lippy with LA Knight backstage.
Yeah.
Saying next time I'm in here talking business, maybe don't come in and fucking interrupt me. Like, I'm a fan of you. I like what you do, but know your fucking place. And LA Knight's like, yeah, I got it. AJ losing his shit on the club for not having his back because they're sitting there watching TikToks next to a truck for some reason. We got AJ versus Jimmy, which was a great match. AJ looked fucking fantastic. I saw a lot of people saying we got the New Japan AJ back. I wouldn't know because I didn't watch New Japan AJ, but yeah, sure, cool. He did look ripped as shit. Like the abs were there. It was all nice and aesthetically pleasing. And yeah, everything. Big Balls Paul, AJ Styles, and that little dabble of LA Knight, which we'll talk more about here in a second.
Love Paul Heyman, but I'm pretty sure you guys you saw that coming, right? Like,
no, never would have guessed.
Well, yeah, you like chunky bald guys.
I love chunky bald guys. Yes. Yeah. I think that Paul Heyman is the best manager to ever do it at this point. I would put him ahead of Cornette. I would put him ahead of Heenan. I would put him like he's up there. Like, there's not very many managers in the game. I put him above your Jimmy Harts. I put him above your Paul Bears. Matt, I love you.
Well, hold on. Let's pause right there, right? All right, pause right there. Because I'm watching this, and Kate, I had Friday off. I went and I got that badass tattoo. So I was home Friday. I'm sitting there, I'm watching it, and I'm watching it with Kate, right? And I'm glad you brought that point up, because as you started talking about this, that's where my thought went. For me, anyone that managed The Undertaker is going to be the greatest, because The Undertaker is my favorite. However, I cannot deny the greatness that is Paul Heyman. We had two discussions. One, is it time for Paul Heyman to just shave the rest of that fucking hair off his head? I said yes. Because she couldn't believe how old she was. But also, as he's standing back there behind Solo Sikoa, she goes, is it weird to you that Paul Heyman is slowly just becoming Paul Bearer in looks every time he's on TV more and more? The way he stands, the way he's shaped, the way he looks, the older he gets, he's getting paler. You know, you put a little dark makeup under his eyes, and he's essentially Paul Bearer.
Percy Pringle.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Tinfoil hats.
And he was the one managing the Dudley Boys when the Dudley Boys cement blocked. Or actually, Undertaker did. They lost that match, and Undertaker. But he was there. He was part of that. When we got rid of, wrote him off TV, killed him officially.
Conspiracy.
Katie, how many you got left?
1.
Will, how many you got left?
I've got 1.
Okay.
We covered my other 2 from SmackDown, so yeah, 1.
Does Katie, is your next one from SmackDown?
No, it's from Collision.
Okay. Katie, spit or swallow.
I'm swallowing CJ Perry, formerly known
Will's?
as Lana. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
I thought it was. She had a little promo vignette thing, basically saying Miro was supposed to come back when he won gold, and he didn't. And when he lost it, he became a different person. And she showed up at All Out to just, show that she's there to support her man. And honestly, it was the best promo work she has ever done in her entire career.
I mean, she cucked Miro with Bobby Lashley, so I can't 100% agree with that, but I haven't watched it yet, so we'll see. I am going to watch
amazing. Like, it was legit really, really fucking good.
Like, the passion she had in it, saying that she waited 2 years to do something, waited 2 years to be a part of this again, which is true, and kept saying she doesn't know if she can make it, but she might have to find out. So whether that's a manager role or in ring, we don't know.
I'm down to find out. Will actually gave me a little hint that this promo happened, which is why I'm going to go back and check out Collision since I didn't watch it tonight. Didn't have a chance to. Birthday parties, things like that. However, to steal a page out of Katie's book, I don't give a fuck if they're Walmart food or not. I'd let her step on me. And I love every second of it.
I'm over this narrative.
I just said step on me. That's your thing. Step on me. It is. Choke me. Step on me. Beat me. Rhea, please.
I don't disagree with you. CJ Perry's hot, but you saw what I put in the group chat the other day. If your thighs don't touch, I'm sorry, baby, we don't touch.
Facts. My last one. I'm swallowing LA Knight talking his shit.
Yeah.
Everyone went wild because if you're a fan of WCW or Kevin Nash or just wrestling in general, you know the famous Kevin Nash NWO. This is where the big boys play. Check the adjective. Play. LA Knight said, if I was a complete idiot, I'd say look at the adjective, but I'm not a complete idiot, so I'll say look at the verb. Play. We know about the history between those two. As well as just as he's about to accept the Miz's challenge, he's interrupted by Waller and Theory and then gets the win over Theory. Yay, he beat Austin Theory, because if he had lost, I would have been pissed. But mostly just LA Knight being LA Knight, talking his shit. I've seen a lot of back and forth. Oh, he's stealing this and he's stealing that and blah, blah. No, like he referenced and used to insult Kevin Nash, one of Kevin Nash's biggest flops as a promo, due to not knowing grammar.
Yeah.
But I love Big Sexy. And canonically, per botch spots and chair shots and a vote that we had, Kevin Nash is the sexiest man in professional wrestling, regardless of what Will thinks, because he lost the vote.
Votes don't lie. I'll give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
I love LA Knight. I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
I'll forever swallow. I'll forever swallow LA Knight.
Swallow.
Swallow LA Knight.
I'll swallow LA Knight.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn to spit or swallow, Will. You're going to finish us off tonight.
Okay, you're gonna hate this.
Oh no.
I'm going to gargle undecidedly to finish, because that's what the Bloodline story is doing with Jimmy Uso. He's not in the Bloodline, and he super kicks his brother, and he super kicks his cousin. Okay, and they split up, and Jey Uso leaves, and then he shows up, and he's not in the Bloodline, but then he shows up, and he is in the Bloodline, but solely because nobody told him he was out of the Bloodline. So I gargle undecidedly Jimmy Uso's involvement with his own family, because he's apparently gargling whether he's in the fucking Bloodline or not. So that's me gargling undecidedly. Yeah.
I've stopped putting gargles in my, if I don't have a strong opinion one way or another, I don't put them in my notes. And I already said how I feel about Jimmy and the Bloodline and where we're at with the story and all that, and me not caring.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't put it in. So I actually agree. I am spitting the fact that Will said his last spit was going to be from Collision, and then he went to SmackDown. So he fucked me up.
No, I did. I said I had one more. I didn't mean from Collision. Sorry. I guess I was.
I said Collision.
She said
so
Collision.
So did he.
He didn't.
He did.
He did
Run
not.
it back. He did.
I don't remember saying Collision.
He said I got one more from Collision. Or no, I asked him if it was from SmackDown. Specifically asked him. He said no, Collision. Because I was keying up the LA Knight thing. I did ask Will. He did say he had one from Collision.
Somebody check the tape.
I don't. I apologize.
Because I don't fucking know anymore.
I'm with you, Will. I'm with you.
Okay. Yeah. Gargle undecidedly, because Jimmy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing either. So neither will we.
Are you you going to join us tomorrow for some Conjuring talk too?
I can. Yeah. Absolutely.
You're welcome. I don't know who's all showing up. We'll find out tomorrow, but it'll definitely be me and Katie.
Well, then it'll be at least the three of us then.
Katie.
Yo.
What was your favorite show you watched this week?
I had my answer and now I forget. I'm gonna go Dynamite.
Roger that. Will, your favorite show?
Heels. I
have not watched the newest episode yet.
The build for Duffy Wrestling League versus Dystopia is fucking huge. The main event, A Spade versus Rooster, whatever the fuck it's gonna be, like, it's the best show about wrestling on television. That includes WWE and AEW.
All right. I'm going to go Monday Night Raw. Most notes I took. I'm going Raw. That's generally how I judge it by now. Katie, you know what to do with yourself and the plugging?
You can follow me on Twitter at GatorWrestling13. The link tree in my bio to get all things She Elite Showcase. Twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase and YouTube.com/She Elite Showcase. Typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. We are celebrating 2 years of She Elite Showcase next week. Goddamn. It's been 2 years already. It's crazy. So we'll be doing, just celebrating that next week. I filmed the first Patreon video yesterday. Law & Order Special Victims Unit pod with Reek, TC, and Vince will be out next week. If you would like to see that, the Patreon is $3 because you're getting an exclusive non-wrestling podcast every month, plus whatever the fuck Savannah wants to do with it. I'm letting her do whatever she wants on it too. So that will be out next week officially. There's a lot of shit going on over there right now, and I'm very excited.
It's going to be an exclusive non-wrestling podcast from Katie, and then only stands from Savannah, where she just cosplays as her favorite wrestlers repeatedly over and over and over again. No nudity, but
no
Savannah cosplay. That's why it's only stands, not only fans, because she's a stan. Will.
First and foremost, as always, thank you, Mateo, for allowing me to be the honorary use of all things Creation World. If you want to find my shenanigans elsewhere, check my link tree at The Will Gray. You'll find everything Rivet City Radio, Botch Pods, and Share Shots, Off the Top Media, and Creation World.
And as always, you guys can follow me on Twitter only at Matt Ritter and at Getting Off, Matt Ritter for your wrestling podcast, MATTRIDDER, or at Getting Off for your horror content, and on TikTok, Threads, and Instagram at Smackin It Raw for Miss Katie Kinzy, baby, everyone's favorite potato, and a chef by trade, a mark by choice, The Will Gray. I am the patron saint of podcast and Warden Matt Ritter, and this has been your #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub.